1. When mentoring a new qualified elevator inspector, QEI, which instructional strategy best aligns with adult learning principles? A. Providing lengthy lectures with minimal interaction. B. Using real-world inspection scenarios for hands-on practice. C. Delivering standardized scripts without flexibility. D. Focusing on rote memorization of code language. 2. During an inspection, a QEI must communicate findings to a building owner with no technical background. Which approach ensures compliance and clarity? A. Using technical jargon to emphasize expertise. B. Providing a summary of code references without explanation. C. Explaining deficiencies in plain language and outlining corrective actions. D. Avoiding discussion to prevent misunderstandings. 3. Which evaluation method is most effective for assessing a QEI trainee's ability to identify code violations in the field? A. Multiple-choice written tests. B. Observation during supervised inspections. C. Oral questioning in a classroom setting. D. Peer feedback sessions. 4. Curriculum development for QEI training should prioritize which principle? A. Front-loading all code memorization. B. Sequencing content from simple to complex inspections. C. Eliminating discussion-based learning. D. Emphasizing time efficiency over comprehension. 5. Regulatory compliance in elevator inspections is primarily ensured through which action? A. Documenting findings in accordance with ASME QEI 17.1 and jurisdictional requirements. Allowing flexibility in reporting formats to suit the inspector's preference. C. Ignoring minor violations to maintain rapport with contractors. D. Relying solely on verbal communication with building management. 6. A QEI mentor notices a trainee overlooking recurring safety violations. Which mentoring technique is most effective? A. Allowing the trainee to self-correct without guidance. B. Providing direct feedback and discussing patterns observed. C. Reprimanding the trainee in front of peers. D. Ignoring mistakes to avoid discouragement. 7. Which communication skill is critical when explaining inspection results to contractors? A. Persuasive negotiation to avoid code enforcement. B. Active listening followed by clear, assertive recommendations. C. Using technical language to assert authority. D. Minimizing dialogue to shorten inspection time. 8. An effective adult learning evaluation tool for QEIs is A. Multiple-choice exams only. B. Practical simulation of elevator emergency procedures. C. Memorization drills on code references. D. Peer-graded written assignments. 9. When creating instructional materials for QEI trainees, which format best supports retention? A. Text-heavy manuals without graphics. B. Interactive digital case studies. C. One-time lecture slides with no updates. D. Purely verbal instructions. 10. A QEI trainee struggles with interpreting ASME QEI 17.2 inspection checklists. The mentor's best response is to A. Assign additional written readings only. B. Walk through the checklist with real elevator components. C. Recommend independent study without intervention. D. Test the trainee immediately without practice. 11. Regulatory agencies require QEIs to maintain certification through A. Periodic continuing education and renewal examinations. B. A single lifetime certification process. C. Annual inspection quotas without training. D. Informal self-study with no reporting requirement. 12. Which evaluation method provides the most reliable assessment of a QEI's inspection competency? A. Written multiple-choice test. B. Field performance with direct observation and scoring rubrics. C. Group discussions about elevator safety. D. Self-reported confidence surveys. 13. When training QEIs, adult learners are most motivated when content is abstract and theoretical with little application. B. Directly relevant to their inspection responsibilities. C. Delivered without reference to real elevators. D. Based on memorization of regulatory language only. 14. Which communication approach builds trust between a QEI and building management during compliance discussions? A. Transparent explanation of violations with code references. Avoidance of details to reduce conflict. C. Overemphasis on technical superiority. D. Providing minimal information to expedite closure. 15. A QEI instructor designing curriculum should include A. Case studies of elevator accidents and inspection failures. B. Exclusive reliance on outdated code references. C. Pure memorization drills with no context. D. Non-structured, learner-led sessions only. 16. What is the QEI's primary role during an inspection? A. Identifying non-compliance and ensuring corrective actions. B. Assisting contractors with elevator repair work. C. Designing new elevator installations. D. Enforcing building owner financial decisions. 17. Mentoring techniques for new QEIs should focus on A. Building independent decision-making skills. B. Encouraging rote memorization of inspection codes. C. Limiting exposure to complex inspections. D. Providing answers without reasoning. 18. Which adult learning strategy best supports QEI trainees in mastering regulatory compliance? A. Role-playing inspection scenarios with feedback. B. Memorization of definitions without application. C. Listening to extended lectures with no practice. D. Reading unstructured technical documents. 19. Effective communication during an inspection requires A. Balancing technical accuracy with stakeholder comprehension. B. Using only written reports with no verbal discussion. C. Emphasizing brevity over clarity. D. Avoiding questions to maintain control. 20. A QEI training program should integrate evaluation methods that A. Measure both knowledge of codes and practical application skills. B. Focus only on written exam performance. C. Ignore behavioral aspects of inspections. D. Prioritize speed over accuracy. 21. Which principle of adult learning is demonstrated when QEI trainees analyze actual inspection reports? A. Relevance to real-life work experience. B. Passive reception of instructor knowledge. C. Memorization without understanding. D. Learning without context. 22. A QEI must mentor a peer struggling with inspection documentation. The most effective method is A. Reviewing reports together and modeling best practices. B. Criticizing errors without offering solutions. C. Allowing repeated mistakes for self-learning. D. Assigning readings without feedback. 23. Regulatory compliance requires QEIs to maintain impartiality. Which scenario violates this principle? A. Conducting inspections for a contractor with whom the inspector has a financial interest. B. Documenting all findings accurately in the report. C. Citing violations despite pressure from building owners. D. Following ASME and jurisdictional codes. 24. When creating curriculum for QEI recertification, instructors should A. Incorporate updates from the latest ASME codes. B. Continue teaching outdated requirements. C. Focus exclusively on historical case studies. D. Avoid interactive or scenario-based learning. 25. Which communication method is best when a QEI identifies an imminent safety hazard? A. Immediate verbal communication followed by written documentation. B. Delaying until the final written report is complete. C. Using email only after inspection concludes. D. Informing contractors informally without documentation. 26. Adult learners in QEI programs benefit most from A. Problem-solving exercises reflecting inspection challenges. B. Repetitive reading assignments without interaction. C. Extended theory without practice. D. Unguided independent study. 27. Which evaluation tool is most valid for assessing emergency elevator procedures? A. Simulation exercises with performance checklists. B. Multiple choice test on theory only. C. Open discussion of emergency codes. D. Self-reflection journals. 28. Mentorship in QEI training is most effective when it A. Combines feedback with opportunities for practice. B. Provides only criticism without coaching. C. Replaces fieldwork with classroom study. D. Relies entirely on self-paced e-learning. 29. A QEI instructor wants to improve curriculum engagement. Which method best supports adult learners? A. Incorporating field visits and live demonstrations. B. Assigning extended reading without context. C. Delivering one-way lectures only. D. Avoiding technology or interactive tools. 30. Which regulatory document governs inspection procedures for elevators in the U.S.? A. ASME A17.2. E. OSHA 1910-23. C. NFPA 70. D. ISO 9001.